My dad was my hero. He was very hardworking, but he was also very caring.
Ian Fowler was an avid Leeds football fan who retired last year. He was looking forward to spending more time with his family, but died from COVID-19 in March, aged 56.
The hospital rang us and said that they'd made the decision to withdraw life support and keep him sedated and let him pass peacefully. It was crushing. It's still difficult to think about it. I'm still very angry about it. My mum is inconsolable.
Oh, wow!
Stuart Goodman, a long-time press and art photographer, had a book of his work published just a week before he died. He was 73.
He never really got to see all of the adulation that he got for that work, which is really hard for us, even though it's amazing. Although he had underlying health conditions and he was an older person, he had so much to live for.
Stuart Goodman died from COVID-19 in April.
My dad was really one of a kind. He was someone who just had a real warmth and generosity of spirit. He could make anyone laugh.
With the death toll across the UK from COVID-19 now more than 43,000, Joe Goodman and Matt Fowler are united in grief and anger, and a determination to hold the British government accountable.
It seems like the government is trying to move the country out of lockdown, despite the fact that scientists are saying that a lot of these measures are coming too soon.
The important thing for us moving forward is to try and protect other people and prevent them from having to experience the same loss that we have.
While there are still about 1,000 new COVID-19 cases identified across the UK each day, Prime Minister Boris Johnson is moving to bring the nation back from the brink of financial collapse, reducing the social distancing requirements from 2 metres to 1, and reopening almost all sectors of the economy, including pubs and restaurants.
More thought was put into protecting the economy and business than it was to protect people. Yeah, the economy might take a hit. People suffer for it, I understand that. But people don't come back from the dead.
Matt Fowler and Joe Goodman and more than 1,000 other families are pushing for an urgent inquiry into the British government's handling of the pandemic.
One of the problems here in the UK is the public doesn't seem to be trusting the government anymore. And you can see that the government guidelines are just being ignored. And it's really important that the government gets the public back on board.
Elkin Abrahamson is a high-profile lawyer who represented 20 families after the 1989 Hillsborough football disaster.
People are definitely going to be injured there and they're panicking a little bit now.
The 96 spectators were crushed to death. Now he's assisting the group that's named itself COVID-19 Bereaved Families for Justice UK.
If there's an absolute refusal to hold an inquiry at this stage, then we'd have to look at judicial review proceedings. That would require us going to the High Court and saying to the High Court the government is acting completely unreasonably or unlawfully in refusing to hold an inquiry.
The UK has suffered one of the highest death tolls in the world, but Boris Johnson says it's too soon for an inquiry.
Frankly, I think that a lot of these questions are still premature, and there are lots of things, lots of data, lots of things that we still don't know, and this epidemic has a long way to go, alas.
He's not alone.
That is the pure role of WHO.
Dr. David Nabarro is a special envoy to the World Health Organization on COVID-19. He doesn't want resources diverted from the task at hand.
There will have to be some inquiries, even now. That's what politics is all about. Accountability has to be there. All I'm just pleading for is just remember that we've still got a lot of work to do. The UK is on a bit of a knife-edge situation.
But waiting is not an option for many families who are already exploring legal action against the government beyond an inquiry.
They've got a duty to protect life under Article 2 of the European Convention, which we are still a party to, even though we've left Europe. So there is technically and legally a responsibility on the government, if you can prove that they acted wrongly.
Stuart Goodman was being treated for cancer before the nation went into lockdown. He contracted COVID-19 during a routine hospital appointment, which his family says could have taken place over the phone.
It's devastating on an individual level, and then when you know how many other people are going through the same, it just gets multiplied, really.
As he plays his father's guitar, Matt Fowler carries a heavy burden and a deep desire to ensure more families are saved from the same grief.
The lives lost are real people. Most of them were the whole world for the people around them.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.